back to the hottest hour where I have what's hot in culture, the hottest topics, and the hottest interviews. I am here with a guest that I truly love, gives me motivation all the time, every day, and is really a pure soul. Please tell everybody who you are and where you're from.
My name is TrapMomLaydi. That is my moniker, but my name is Michaela. All right, I go by Lady. I am from Alexandria, Virginia, and I've also moved around a lot, but we'll get into that.
Dang, moves around a lot. So the reason why I wanted to interview you is because, like I said, you're like a pure soul, and I just wanted to know, like, with everything going on in the world, I wanted you just to explain your perspective. Tell everybody about, you know, your DJ, you're a philanthropist, stylist, just a whole bunch of different things. But I just wanted you to touch base so people could hear your aura and we can motivate someone, you know?
Right.
So let's jump into the interview.
Alright.
Okay, cool. So I never really use my phone, so bear with me, girl, because, you know.
You are good. You're actually a casual interviewer.
Oh my God, this phone, girl, these phones. This is how we're going to jump in. So, how are you mentally?
Mentally, I am beyond better.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've seen parts of it in the journey that I've had over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But specifically to you and to my audience, depression is a bee.
It is.
It is a bee, right? Like, everyone goes through it, but where do people actually acknowledge, okay, where did I go wrong? Right? What decisions did I make? What red flags did I ignore?
Right.
Right? So I had to process through the whole evolution of that, right? As you're evolving, not just about getting older, but it's about chemically your frontal lobe is now developed, right?
Yes.
So it's a lot of things that you come to understand, things that my mother used to say, things that older friends used to say, and then people my age, all it really is like, yo, COVID effed us.
Yes.
It effed us, and it threw us off into a point where everyone was affected, but the actual generational, financially and physically and mentally, was set back as well, on top of what was already set back. So
right. So that was hard. I think it was hard for all of us, but like mentally, I feel like the same with you, like kind of checking back in, guys, and just like, I know everything looks pretty cool when I put an interview out or I put a blog out. She's like, oh, you're everywhere. Like, that is cool, but it's also like, it takes a toll, it's very hard. So like, guys, everybody tuning in, like, don't think, you know, you're alone. We feel the same way like you. Like, COVID was a lot, every day is a lot, and we're good though.
Yo, the fact that she said it better than I, man, true.
Let's talk 2023 and how it's been going. So, what have you been working on, and what is your biggest accomplishment so far?
I've been working on getting this money up.
Get this money. You got what? Oh, that's R. Kelly. I can't even be singing R. Kelly nowadays.
Hey, at least he's still alive and doing well, right?
Yes,
so that's
amen
good.
to him.
Amen to him.
Yes.
So look, man, I'm telling you, 2023 has been crazy, because it's not just about getting the money up, it's about learning about money. What is money? How does money move? Why and what the freak is money made of? We know, fun fact, the market, you know, is in a little debacle right now. Might crash right now.
Every day is a new thing.
Every day is a new thing. And you know, propaganda is getting harder to tell what's the truth, what's lies.
Hello.
What's up?
And you know what? This is so crazy that you said that, because they tried so hard to like tell us the lie. Well, they did forever. But now it's getting harder. So hopefully by the time we turn 50, 60, 70, it'll be no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they just keep it real.
And I do have faith in our generation that's coming, because they are very no BS. Like, they call stuff out, they make TikToks, they'll go search something up. Bug in here? Yeah, that's Texas. Oh yeah, that's another thing, y'all. I don't like, y'all, I should have listened to Twitter. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all told us.
The bugs out here, they come out of nowhere.
They come out of nowhere.
You could be laying down and you see a little spider. Little
the
dog.
fact that
I'm just sitting right here. Anyway, shout out to this beautiful, nice podcast space in Houston, Texas. But
yeah, I just feel like, yo, like, people have to understand that the market, like we were saying, it's about to be on some, you know, back and forth, because we don't even know if it's going to be propaganda or not.
Right.
Hopefully the next generation is better, but to save us, just kind of like play both sides.
Yeah.
Have cash and have digital cash. Make sure you invest in crypto. Make sure you invest in gold and silver, because it's the only thing that can be backed, okay? If all the other countries came together and they now have $1, don't you think it would be smart to go get their dollar and hold on to it for a little bit?
Or just like, you know,
just in case ours goes away.
I'm not really into crypto though, but
that's okay.
I think that you are going somewhere with
that,
so I gotta get.
You're gonna have to.
I gotta get down with
once
it.
They decentralize everything. I'm sorry, they centralize everything.
Yeah, that's what it is because there's still like a lot of schemes going on. So, so what's your biggest accomplishment so far?
Teaching people.
Wow.
Like
I've been teaching people too. Give me a hand. I've been teaching people. I've been in the school system and everything.
That's what I want to see. I wish this was my interview. I'm gonna ask you that.
She wanna ask you questions, y'all.
I'm telling you.
No.
She's gonna come on my podcast, so we gonna find out then.
Yes.
And she gonna pre-approve everything.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I literally, I can't even, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
You're just grateful.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like.
That's that people don't be understanding. Like people be like, "Yo, I done won an award. I feel like I'm accomplished. I done got a title. I'm accomplished." But some people like really just being here,
just being existing,
waking up, being grateful, being a helping hand, being in love. That is enough. People, that's enough.
That's enough. And that part, being in love, you just made my mind spark. I want us to get back to being in love with the earth. That's our problem. Like that's our problem.
I gotta tell you where I'm staying. You're gonna be like, stop playing. Anyway, that's our problem.
That's our problem. Because if the most peace, when I was struggling, and I was telling you this the other day, it's called hidden homelessness. It's like you have the money, but you don't have enough to keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. So again, if you're always helping others, if you're always calling and making sure everybody else is good, taking that time to sit down and talk about God knows what, and you're not being discerning of what you're talking about. Which, luckily, most people that know me, I do keep it business. I do try to make sure it's about resources and it's for doing something if you're around me.
Yeah.
But when it's your personal life, you need a team. You need people that are going to have your back in those times where you don't want to call anybody, you don't want to talk, but they know that about you, and they're going to reach out because that person's a little too quiet. Or, hey, I'm in town, and I'm going to tell you when I'm in town. You see what I'm saying? So that was what I learned, that nothing matters in this world except energy. That's it. That's what got me through. And when I was in those Airbnbs that I was paying for, it was an experience because I didn't look at it like, oh, I'm gonna use all this money on. Look around you. You are in a penthouse and this beautiful architecture that looks like a forest because the guy that owns it decided to open up his place.
Yeah, and you just know, like, at least I'm not on the streets. Sit your butt down, please.
Man, but people, that's why I said to people, no offense to Texas. No offense to Texas, but it's you gotta understand that. At least you're not, you just said that, at least you're not on the streets, and people don't get that. You go to a place like New York and you see it left and right.
Right.
Not because the city doesn't care, but because that's how bad that is, like the drugs and the things like that. So if your city cares and y'all's homeless is out here, then what we doing?
Right.
Because we don't want to see that stuff. We really actually do charities, do rallies and riots to help the homeless. So if y'all aren't even doing that in y'all states, don't talk about New York just because New York don't legally carry guns.
Yeah, that's be so weird.
Like, we don't have to because why? We don't start problems. I'm not even from New York.
And we handle it without the guns.
So and they handle it without the gun. That's I keep trying to. Y'all heard it live here. Y'all the people that said I was capping, y'all heard it live here.
Yeah, we handle it without the gun. So
that's all.
You know, and I told you to come to New York anytime. You know. Anytime.
Well, shout out to New York. We're gonna be there this fall for New 26. Cher's going to be there.
We there.
And I don't call her by her real name, y'all. Okay? I call her that for a reason.
That's good. I can tell you, you know, I can give you my real name, but I'm not.
I don't say it for a reason because people knows me.
So what drives you to be positive? You know, with you being a philanthropist, like you take a lot of time, money, and everything else to give back to people. Like you said, if you're not really out there building your community, helping the homeless, doing this and that. So why do you want to be so positive? What, you came out the womb like this? Because I know I did. And I'll be like, God, thank you, God. Thank you so much.
And see, look at you teaching again.
Yeah.
Because I started doing that. Instead of being,
why? Why am I this way? Why did you make me this? Oh my God.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Like the world, as corny as it's gonna sound, the world is your oyster. Right? Like, as corny as that sounds, I know that's right, but that it is your oyster. Manifestation, which is just what, if you believe in God, praying to God. That's the only difference. I'm spiritual, but I used to be like the spiritual that was, oh no, it's divine, it's the universe, it's like, there's a name. There's a name. And that was that person or that entity that did that.
Right.
Not you. They brought in literal divine powers to make that happen. You had no reason to be on that block, but because of something that you let control you, emotions, you walked outside, and look at that. You happened to look across the street, and there was a sign that said XYZ.
Yeah, and then now, boom.
So you're going to not thank him when it's bad, and you're going to not thank him when you only thank him when it's good?
Nah.
So I had to learn that. I'm grateful for the person that you made me to be. I used to not feel that way, though, because being positive is not seen as good. And even in this secular world, it's not necessarily seen as good. But it is still shifting, and it is the age of Aquarius again.
Yeah.
So it is now going to be shifting into a positive era. Because Aquarius is all about balance and justice. And most,
shout out to my mama.
Yeah, and most ones that I know are very loyal, very amazing. So shout out to Q, shout out to Kiana. But yeah, shout out to Holly. But yeah, I really appreciate him because he's showing me that I'm not asking you to not be you. I'm asking you that if you have to be in the flesh, know what you're doing when you're in the flesh.
Amen.
When I'm out at the club, I'm not getting drunk because you're already out at the club.
We might have 2 drinks, and I had to learn that. I don't even need to get drunk at the club. I need to get out the club safe, need to clear, and that's learned over time. So thank you for telling, thank you for your jewels right now, because you're dropping jewels, and I hope when y'all tune into this interview, y'all looking, y'all oh, look, a lady, she a DJ, she a philanthropist, really tune in. My interviews is not all about your art and everything. I love it, though. It's what makes you you, but it's really about your story. And I like to put it out there because, I got the hottest interviews. The hottest.
The hottest, yo. And then the fact that it's gonna keep, the bars.
And everybody's you need to do this, do that, do this and that. But I feel even me building my connection with you, you building your connection with somebody else, y'all we motivating each other. And that's what it is, you said a few minutes ago, when God was just dropping these people, boom, boom, all these people in the Bible, and it was lessons to be learned. That's why we connecting. That's why I'm getting to meet you and learn who you are and give you advice, you give me advice, and now we connecting, now we building this, and we learning from each other. And now we move on to this new world, and we still learning, and we having kids, and we bringing it out, we enjoying our foods. And that's what keeps us going. So, lady, thank you so much for being the person that you are. You really keep me motivated. I don't know, she be just coming out of nowhere with a whole post. Yeah, we making moves with me. Yeah, making me feel like I'm already a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I'm damn, I got a deal already. But that's just you.
And I thank you because that's what I saw in you. When I first met you, that smile, that composure, that ability to, yes, I'm closed off, but hi, my name is, you see what I'm saying? So I appreciated that, and I also appreciated that you were not afraid. You were my first step in realizing, because you weren't trying.
We had mad energy.
No, we had mad energy, but you weren't. I could tell that you were consciously not trying to be a teacher.
Yeah.
You were just saying things that maybe you had gone through. So in that, I'm looking at it if she, first of all, Shawty got more followers than me. Shawty got more emotion than me. Shawty has her own thing going on. If she's saying the same thing that I feel internally, why do you think, who are you to think that you have the right to be scared about anything?
No, right.
How we talk, being scared.
Yeah, let's not be that, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. Don't make me start, getting teary-eyed, for
real.
We are so afraid sometimes that we won't even take a motherfucking leap. Or we be so afraid, I've been through so much with, an ex, or, my ex-relationship, and I'm afraid that I'm not gonna love again. And that's scary. So the fact that we don't have to be afraid, and thank you for that, for just hearing what I was saying and vice versa. Because we was 2 different ages at the time. I think I was a little younger at the time. But I don't make up though, because I have to wear my makeup today. But yeah.
Discernment. I'll end it with discernment. But I'm gone. I'm really living this shit in my songs. Like I'm begging it, don't got a safety. I make the money, I don't let it make me.
focused on my car. Once you get out, give your ass a blackout. Don't say bye-bye. I'ma get your body to the sky. Run through your clip. Nigga, you piss on trip. I'ma have to bust you in your lips. On the whips, better have a whole lot of chips. Cause I ain't for no nigga giving tips. She's a bitch. When you say my name, talk more sharp, but don't look my way. She's a bitch. See, I got more titties. If I go nut, while I roll up a sling. She's a bitch. You can't see me, Joe. Get on down.
Why you like this song?
It's like, I mean, it reminds me of the whole album.
I know.
Like,
It's something the whole album in one, right?
But
Just give me a second.
I just want this.
People finding peace.
That's what we just talked about. Look at that. Look at that. Look at God. He letting you know affirmation right there.
She building us up, you know that, right? She's building us up. Thank you so much. We appreciate you on both sides. So let's talk about, because I watched the Carisha Please interview with Summer Walker, and I love Summer Walker, but I like the fact that she was guarded. I like the fact that she had to learn. I like the fact that she's growing. This is a transition. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that she twerked behind closed doors. I like the fact that she actually thinks about what people think. Not like think about it like that, but she has children. Just like how she said in her interview, like, if her, like, she wished like some mothers be like enabling their narcissistic sons or their daughters. You be like, oh, your son did this to me, and you call them, they be like, oh, my son ain't do that, and making it, enabling them, making it like, you know what I'm saying? She already knows that she's not gonna raise her kid like that. So we're not about to follow, we're not about to like be like whack individuals. Like she knows like what she wants to be represented about as, and she knows what she want to put out there. And I don't think it's a bad thing to be like, I used to think it's a bad thing to think about what people thought about you, but then it's like, don't think about that. But I do think about the way I want to project myself in the world and my purpose. So
That's
yeah.
that right there.
What about you? Because you're very like into like Summer Walker, of course, quotes and uplifting people and yourself. Like, what do you think about? You seen the interview or no?
Oh yeah, I saw a little bit.
Okay, that's good. That's good. A little bit.
Yeah, I try not to get too deep because what'll happen is the line between the personal life actually knowing them versus what they're presenting.
Yes.
Right? So then it's like same way. So I try to keep very distant from knowing too much, but I know that for me, the similarities rise within, hey, she ain't wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the healing of Black women specifically, and then after Black women, every woman, right? We're talking about us because we are, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone else,
We are.
which shows you that everyone else,
We are.
we want you to have the same thing,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
But as Black women, we have gone through a lot of things,
Yeah.
and it's our time to have the soft life. Like she said, I want to be like these women sitting up in the room, and their man is in their life paying and making sure everything's
Making sure
okay.
they're good.
You know, especially if you're a good woman. You know, that's the key there, right? Because God never said He was gonna bless us just to bless us. He said, good.
Be good.
So be good and be fair and try to work on yourself as much as possible, which is another thing she's promoting, and looking at self. And that's something that I know that you promote too. Like, hey, you're not gonna be able to learn if you do not look at self.
Yeah.
Right? And then how you said, oh, caring about what people think. Now, me, I'm a little bad with that because I'm a troll.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, like, people who are negative, I don't necessarily care for them. So I'm gonna be what you're being to other people to you.
Right.
But that's the old me, right? The new me is like, hey, unless it's actually harming you, unless it's actually something that is a defamation of character.
Yeah.
Right? That's when you speak up.
Right.
Any other time, drop a meme, drop a song, take anything that what you know, because we're consumers, we've been on Twitter, we know how the shit is, we know how this stuff is.
It's crazy.
It gets crazy, and it can get crazy. And shout out to everybody that's able to handle that deals with that, because the same way we can go through depression working at a regular, you think nobody knows your job, is the same way somebody who's a celebrity who think nobody knows going through some stuff. So yeah, that's really all I would say is that I try to stay focused on my lane and only my lane. When I'm looking at someone else's lane, I'm appreciating their lane. Like, I literally want everyone to win. What is the problem with wanting people to be them, do them, and have for them? Yeah. And if we love each other, care about each other past the point of just basic human knowing each other, then that's something separate. But the basic principle is that, hey, I respect you. If you don't give me respect back, then everything else goes out the window. But because I'm evolving, now I'm gonna just let God show you how it works.
Oh yes,
I love that.
Let's clap it up for God.
Let's clap it up for God. And I'm telling you, and then the people, shout out to people that knew me, like you said last night, you shook me when you said that. You were like, yeah, when you were 21, I was like, oh God. You know, so it's just like, the people that have known me, like, they've seen me worse. They've seen me go off on people.
Yeah.
They've like, I don't have a long hit list here.
No.
But people in certain situations, because I try to be myself in most situations, they don't see, okay, this is what she's like when she's upset. This is what she likes when she's happy. Okay.
And you communicate very, very well. So you're like, is this what it is? Is this what it is? I need it to be this. Like, let's communicate. And, you know, that's great too. And you have a great soul. And I really appreciate you again for doing this interview. I really, really appreciate it. So let me tell you what I found. On the internet. I found a lot.
On it, y'all.
But this quote really means a lot. Well, I just want to know, it means a lot to me, but I want to know what it means to you. So it says, don't count the number of friends you have, but the number of friends you can count on. So what does that quote mean to you? It says what it means what it says, but what does it mean?
I love that you know that, right? The obvious is that, but also just I'm learning in this journey, like, it didn't matter. Like, when I had ramen and I was broke and I was,
when I had the ramen, shout out to
like,
ramen.
Shout out to ramen, even though but you know, it got us through. So
yeah,
in those days, nothing mattered except what fulfilled the soul.
Right.
And so a part of that is the Bible, and the other part of that is being surrounded by people who give a ish. Woo-hoo. It's that simple.
Yes.
And you will be surprised at the people that you think don't give an ish, who actually will give an ish, versus the people that you think are supposed to give an ish
and won't give an ish.
All right.
Give you an ish.
All right. So that's what I feel about that quote. You know, don't count. Don't look at. That's another thing too. Don't be looking at people's following counts. If you know them or don't know them, don't look at. Amen. Oh, I think they popping because they got these people. Please stop. People probably have about 3 or 5 people that they can actually trust. And then they've got those random people like me who they can pop up in the city and know that motherfucker gonna keep their word.
Right.
And it got nothing to do with knowing you for 30 years, being best friends. It has nothing to do. That has to do with being human. Because when I didn't have nobody, God sent me random people.
Yeah.
Just like He did in the Bible.
Random. I
They didn't know them. They didn't know each other.
John came to the thing. I'm like, what the? Because I'm reading the Bible auto book, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, you should. I'm gonna share with you the app that I use. The Holy Bible app is so good. Just wait a second, I'm gonna share it with you because I wouldn't be able to just share it because it's a connection on there. So like people, you can add people. You can see what kind of scriptures. Like some of the stuff I have private, some of the stuff I have public. It's really good, and they really. And you could just save your scriptures for your privacy. You could post them. You could actually send your friends.
But it's audio.
It's an audio. You can listen to an audio. So like you click on the chapter you want to read. You press play, and it's an audio. The daily programs, like daily scriptures that they give you every day, is audio and video and prayers and everything. So it's really like an exercise, and I'm doing one right now. I'm on day 5. I missed day 4, which is yesterday, but it's all good because I know I'm there. It's about anxiety and dealing with the unknown, and it incorporates like realistic quotes, realistic things, and it also incorporates the Bible. So for me, people be like, oh, you know, the people that, no offense to the people that want to be my friends, and to be like, oh, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in that. Like, granted, I felt like when I used to work in the church, I used to cry a lot. I was going through a lot. And you know what I'm saying? Like the stories in the Bible, some of them, they are real and things, and there really are real lessons. And if you want to promote negativity, that's you. But like what we searching for right now, we're looking for peace. And if that's what we getting from the Bible and from God and from Jesus Christ, that's what we getting. For you to walk around, and no offense, like I said to any of my friends or family that feel like they don't touch base with God, but if you walk around and you just like, I don't believe in that, like that's negative. So then you're a negative person. Like there's no need for you to even talk about that. Be positive. And that's why I pulled another quote from you.
Oh my gosh. I be getting relaxed, y'all, and then the next thing you know, she's like, yeah. But that I agree with.
Don't come over here with all that negative shit. And I'm cursing on here right now, but don't personally, don't come over here with all that negative shit. What does that quote mean to you?
It was just letting people know that people have to remember that people don't know people. Like we know each other, but if I were to have met her and gave her negative energy, she wouldn't have ever continued any type of operation with me. The same way, vice versa, right?
Right.
So that's what I mean by that. Don't come over here with all that negative shit. Like, if you're the type of person that automatically wants to find faults, say it in a way that is just rude, or not take critique if someone points out it might be rude, or whatever it is. I'm not saying you gotta be the smartest, all this extra stuff. A lot of people mistake me because they'll hear me talk as eloquently as I'm talking right now and think that I can't switch up and really get on you.
Right.
Really, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where the music comes in, where you hear it in the music.
Yeah.
You know, that's where that confusion, where if you don't know me, that's what I mean.
Wishbone. Yeah. I'm not the news, bitch. Don't say no names. But I'ma air your shit out like TMZ, bitch. Since you want the
So before we go, please tell everybody what you have coming up next, what to look for, and how they can connect with you.
The best way to connect with me is through Instagram. If you know me in real life, though, the best way to connect with me is through my phone. So
She's like that. But we send voice notes back and forth, so yeah, I get it. We be busy though. We be busy.
Exactly. So thank y'all for understanding that. And I do try to get to every DM. I don't have too many. I'm not some like Hollywood like person. Like bro, just DM me if you want to have your music played. My email is there. Everything you need is actually there for you to help yourself, just the way that I wanted to be helped when I was coming up.
Yes. So what's next?
What's next? Okay, so we got New York coming up. Shout out to New York. We're gonna have some amazing artists in the building. We're gonna have some amazing fashion designers, some amazing models. We're gonna have some headliners in the building. And then after that, it's really just gonna be just like she's already on, traveling around, going to different cities, doing these different events and requests her ass. We got more DJing. You will catch me at your hottest clubs, your nearest unknown clubs. Shout out to new restaurants opening up. And that's really about it. Music is going to be dropping in the fall, right before New Year's. So 2024.
Oh my God.
Some new music.
Come on, let's write together. Come on. I've been wanting to write. Like, let me help you.
All right.
Give me one as a writer, because everybody know I write, like, but I need to like get the motivation from you and all the other artists that I tap into. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, before we go, I wanted to give you a little gift. Y'all know, like, I got my little listen, y'all, I got rolls. That's, you know, my rolls ain't popping like that, but so I got something black owned. Shout out to Rick Royce. Shout out to DJ MV too. They've been doing a lot of back and forth, but I love it because they both got their own businesses, and we gotta have good, friendly competition. Do not let it go past that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is for you, babe.
Thank you.
The layer rose. We're gonna pop that. We're gonna drink that, and stay tuned to next week, y'all. I don't know who's gonna be on my show. It's been crazy. People be like, why you not staying consistent? I am. I'm traveling. I'm doing a lot. I'm a teacher. Yes, I'm a teacher, y'all. I work with special education, and I just want to say, listen, I'm gonna bring y'all the hottest interviews. Just be patient with me, and you never know who's gonna be on my show next. Stay tuned, y'all. It's the hottest hour. Till next time. Bye.